The following program contains scenes and language of a frank and explicit nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, live now.
I don't know, Mike. I don't know what you're talking about. He's a macho. Savage, you're listening to Mike Tras9h, TalkingRadio.com. The best in the business. Say it's a macho.
Wrestling fans throughout radio land, listen to Trash Talking Radio at TrashTalkingRadio.com. Every Tuesday from 7 to 10 o'clock. You hear guys like myself, so you gammon giants, come on. That's my story.
Using mere words to describe the Trash Talking Radio show from 7 to whenever we get done is like using a screwdriver to cut roast beef. This is Smooth Sean, the other half of the Rock and Wrestling Connection. That's the trashy one and the loony one together forever.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ivan calling up. I'm here to tell you about Mike Talking Trash. With the trash, 7 to 10. Tuesday nights, you got to listen in. It's the best around, the best in town. Alright, hey, this is the animal. One half of the world famous take in the road warrior leader to do. If you know what's good for you, listen to Trash Talking Radio or else.
Everybody, you're watching Trash Talking Radio. This is Hulk Hogan. Hulk, what do you got to say about Trash Talking Radio?
Well, I got to say that I just bought Trash Talking Radio. You're out of the picture, dude. This is my show, and you better watch because what you going to do when Hulk Hogan's brand new Trash Talking Radio runs wild on you?
This is the Vital Idol, and you're listening to Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10 on TrashTalkingRadio.com. And remember this, when the Vital Idol tells you, it's got to be true. And when it's on the internet, it's got to be real. It's Trash Talking Radio every Tuesday from 7 to 10. I am the top of pop, the king of swing, the international rock star, way above par, the host with the most, Mr. Tuesday Night, the Vital Idol, Classy Mike Trash, and thank you very much.
It is Trash Talking Radio. It is Tuesday night. It is the best night of the week. And I'm almost there. Hold on. I gotta hit the button. We should be there. There we are. Hey. How you doing, Doug?
I am doing great, Mike. How are you?
Wait, I gotta turn Trash Talking Radio, best night of the week. How you doing, Doug? Now we can do it.
I am doing great.
It helps when I turn the volume.
How about you?
I'm doing just.
That would work.
I'm doing just good. It's been a crazy couple of days, and actually I spent yesterday, a big piece of yesterday, putting my fence back together and making it work. So that's going to be a good thing. Hopefully the dogs don't escape anymore. So that's what I did yesterday, and now I'm really tired. I want to sleep the whole day, and I don't want to sleep. I don't want to sleep the day, but I mean I'm just falling asleep. So, you just do what you got to do, and I did what I had to do, and hopefully I don't have to do it again for a long time. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing. So now let's see here. I got to change one more thing on here. Let's see. Got to go to Messenger. I think it is. Yes, it is. See, now I think my voice is still going in and out because of that filter. I may have to change that filter setting. Anyway, all right, let's see. We'll put this in here so that people know where we're at. And put this here so that people know where we're at. And I got a new friend I want to listen to the radio tonight. Gonna give her that. We'll see if she listens. There we go. And let's see, do I got everybody I wanted to get? I gotta get my sister yet. I gotta figure out where she's at. Let's see. Oh, I can't do that on that keyboard. Gotta use the other one. As you know, I use multiple keyboards. Here we go. Now we got it. There. Now we just put this one in and we should be ready to go. There we go. All right. Anyway. Yeah. Oh, we already got people watching. That's good. We're really only on YouTube right now because Facebook doesn't seem to allow me to broadcast anymore, and Twitch doesn't allow me to broadcast anymore. So now we got extra space. So now I got to find some new places to be.
Why the Facebook and?
Well, I can post the link there, but I can't actual broadcast. So I'm posting the YouTube link on Facebook, and I prefer Facebook or I prefer the YouTube anyway because we get more people watching on Facebook overall. But I kind of want to get, I like the diversity of being able to be wherever I want to be. I don't like the demandment that I have to use the one over the other. But it does centralize our number of listeners a little bit better, and it gives me a kind of an easier eye on who's watching it and stuff. But I don't know why we were, it says, like before the show, if I try to put it on, it'll let me put it on, but it seems at 7 o'clock, it doesn't let us put it on for some reason. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. Okay, this is still cutting me out a little bit, so let me back that off a little bit on the levels. Let's see. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? Check 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Okay, I'm not getting cut out now. All right. So yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on now. Where are we at here? I got to get my right screen up here. I've been working on something pretty cool. I should show it to you. I think you'd like it. You use OneNote, right?
Yeah, I do.
I figured out how to do something in OneNote, and I found it's really, really cool. On OneNote, did you know you can link pages to other pages with OneNote, right?
Yeah, when I pull stuff off of Ground News, it brings the link over with it.
No. Wait. No, I'm going to show you. This is cool. So I got to do one thing before I can do that. I got to pull. All right. I'm going to show you some secret documents that you'll never see anywhere else. Here we go. All right. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my set list, okay? Now, it's color-coded for a reason, and I'll show you why. So this is the first song, second song, and so on. So if for some reason I blank out and forget the words of a song, I can click it, and there it is. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let me show you the coolest part of that. See, I put the next song there, and the next song there, and the next song there. So I can just scroll down as the songs go by. Now, I don't really need to. I mean, the first set I know pretty much inside out, but I did it anyway because I was experimenting with something. Now, you see this, and you see this. This means this is the next song. But you also see this. Now, you may wonder what that's all about. Any guesses?
No idea.
Okay, let me show you. We're looking at where are we at here? Stoneface's song list. Okay? However, I'm in 2 bands. I'm also in Salt Road. And this is their set list. And I color-coded it red. We both do this song and this one, but we don't do all the same songs. So in the case of this, okay, we're Born to Be Wild. The next song is Keep Your Hands to Yourself. The next song is Jumpin' Jack Flash. So this way...
Oh, okay.
See, that's pretty cool. See, what happened is, this has gone over the years. Like, whenever I was in more than one band, especially, what I did was I used to do it a different way. Let me show you what I used to do. And you'll understand why it's cooler this way. I used to be in this band. This was, I called it the Jam Band because they didn't have a name. But here's, like, Rockin' in the Free World we do. The next song we do, Hold On Loosely. And I thought that was cool. I could really just go down the set list here. Set 1. This is all set 1. And as I click on it, I go right to it. Okay, that's pretty cool, right? Well, then what happened was, as I joined a second band, now I had 2 of these and 3 of these. Now I'm in 3 bands. I have 3 different sets and 3 different lists of songs. Like, here's Rockin' in the Free World. Okay, that's cool. But there's also Rockin' in the Free World somewhere else for the other band. So what I did was I consolidated. And here's how I consolidated. Let's see here. Band names A to D. A to D down here. Oh, you can't see that because that's covered up by the, let me see. Let me move it up here. Okay, here. You see, it says Mike Tras9h, A to D. So that means band names A to D. Aerosmith, Dire Straits, whatever it is in there. So I thought, okay, so then I can just go to there, and then boom, we get the song list. We have Stoneface. So now I had the list of bands, and originally the band was here and the songs were here. Well, now the band has a set list, and it now goes to, for Cheap Trick, it goes to A to D. So now I have one copy of the song, and I can get it from multiple places because I put a link to it, and it goes like, if I want it Sin City, boom, there it is. The next song is Rocky Mountain Way. The other band doesn't do Sin City, so it's not here. Rocky Mountain Way, we do in both bands, so boom, there it is. And I made it so that I only have one library of songs, and I attach the particular band to that song. It made it so much nicer. So now, if my computer goes down, I can take a tablet, and I can push this here, and this will take me to where I need to go, and I don't have to have an actual notebook on stage. Now, again, it depends on the song, because like I had a stroke back in 2012, so sometimes my mind just blanks out and I can't remember the words. Well, they're right there. So there they are. And I look pretty good because I look like I don't forget the words when in fact I do. And I don't play, I mean, if I screw up some of the words, it don't matter, but if I screw up a whole verse, it would. And so that's what I've been working on, and that's what I finished up last night. So now I have a complete song list for each band, set 1, set 2, set 3, and boom, it's there. So it's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, it is cool.
Well, look at this. How are you doing there, buddy? I haven't seen you in ages. Peach is in the chat room, and he's a guy who used to play, he played bass with us. So, yeah, I've changed the way I do the set lists, and it's just really cool. I'm sorry I missed your gig this past weekend, but I've been really slammed lately. Our next job is going to be at the Moose, I think, coming up down in Shippensburg, and that's going to be a good place to play. And then we have the American Legion in Shippensburg we're going to be playing in too. So, let's see here. Oh, yeah, she says, don't forget to remind everyone that the set list is played in a particular order, and that's when you actually put it in the list. Yeah. I just tried to make it as organized as possible so that everything sounds good and is good, and it's just more fun when everything's organized and you don't have to worry about, hey, something's missing, I don't know what to do with it. So it's just right there. All right. Let's see. What else do I want to talk about? Well, that was the band thing coming up. That's gonna be fun. This weekend we have a show Friday night at the Mount Holly School in New Jersey, and then this weekend I think I'm actually not going to have to practice this weekend because I think both bands are off for the next couple of weeks because my guitar player is going to be out of town. I think last practice I have is tomorrow. Oh no, Thursday, and then I'm off for music for 2 weeks, which will be it's like an addiction to crack. You know, you can't give it up. You got to keep playing. So that's but it's going to be nice to actually have some time off from playing. So, or from practicing especially. So that's kind of cool. And okay, let's see. Is there anything else I need? Oh yeah, there's Ann. Happy birthday, Ann. So let's see what else we got. Okay, that's all we really got there. So now we'll go back to the important stuff. That's the business of the day. Let's see. All right, show notes. That would be it. I think. Let me have the show notes back. Okay, there we go. Oops, show notes. And then we got entertainment. Okay, we're back. All right. Oh, something exciting is one of the. Okay, whenever I have these classes with this with a mentor that is teaching me stuff about the acting business and stuff like that. We're trying to get everything ready to pitch it to someone important, someone that's in the business. And through them, I met another person, and she's helping me find a good agent. I need to get a good agent because I need to actually start booking real jobs and not these jobs I'm booking myself. So she taught me how to do some of this stuff. Anyway, Sunday we have our thing, our group meeting, and the person that's in charge of the meeting, she builds my ego like crazy. She keeps telling everybody how good of a writer I am and stuff, and that's really nice when you consider that all your life you thought you were, like a C-level writer, and then you get these people telling you they love what you're writing, and they love the style you write. They love the entertainment that you're writing and stuff like that. Because I got four TV shows right now I'm working on, and so it's really exciting to know that people out there are paying attention to what I'm doing. So, but anyway, we have an event coming up sometime in the summer where I'm going to actually meet industry people that will hopefully take my writing to a new level. So, okay. Anyway, we had 2 people die this year. 2 people died this week, and I want to give tributes to those 2 people. Oop, now I started the wrong one. Darn it. I hate when that happens. Hold on. Let's do it here. Oh, that's not it. That's it. That's the one. Okay. And hopefully you know who these people are. So the first one is from Storage Wars, and we're going to do a tribute to him.
Darrell Sheets' obituary, The Gambler's Final Bid. Darrell Sheets, the unforgettable star of Storage Wars, has passed away at the age of 67 on April 22, 2026. Born on May 13, 1958. For over a decade, Darrell wasn't just part of Storage Wars, he was the adrenaline in its bloodstream. Known as the Gambler, he stepped into auctions the way a storm rolls over desert sand, loud, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. A life built on risk and instinct, Darrell Sheets made a name for himself by doing what most people wouldn't dare, betting big on the unknown. While others waited cautiously into storage units, tried to play it safe, Darrell leaned in. He trusted his son, read the room, and when the moment hit, he went all in. Not in legendary fashion. One of his most famous wins came when he purchased storage units that reportedly contained rare artwork worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It wasn't just luck, it was instinct sharpened over years of experience. Darrell didn't just see junk, he saw possibility. The rise of the gambler. On Storage Wars, Darrell quickly became a fan favorite. His drinking voice, confident swagger, and no-nonsense attitude made him stand out in a cast full of big personalities. But what really hooked viewers was the unpredictability. You never knew if Darrell was about to strike gold or go down in flames. And honestly, that was the magic. He appeared in over 100 episodes, delivering some of the show's most memorable moments. Whether he was celebrating a massive win or reacting to a total bust, Darrell made sure it was never boring. Family and partnership. Many fans also remember his dynamic with his son, Brandon Sheets, who frequently appeared alongside him. Together, they brought a mix of humour, tension, and real screen. It wasn't scripted perfection. It was authentic, sometimes messy, always entertaining. Like any good partnership, it had its highs and lows, but it added another layer to Darrell's story. Life beyond the auction floor. After stepping away from Storage Wars, Darrell traded the fast-paced auction life for something quieter. He settled in Arizona, where he opened an antique shop and embraced the slower rhythm, less shouting over bids, more time appreciating the treasures themselves. It was a fitting evolution to someone who had spent years chasing hidden value. From the chaos of storage units to the calm of the desert, Darrell's journey came full circle. Fun fact about Darrell Sheets. As the nickname for Gambler, he was known for risking huge amounts on uncertain losses. Pulled off one of the biggest payouts in Storage Wars history. He had an uncanny ability to spot valuable items others overlooked. Delivered some of the most quotable lines on the show. Enjoyed a laid-back lifestyle in retirement far from the usual spotlight. Legacy of a risk-taker. Darrell Sheets didn't just bid on storage units, he embodied a mindset. Take a risk, trust your gut, accept that sometimes you win big, and sometimes you walk away with nothing but a story. He reminded people that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes it's buried, overlooked, or hidden behind a roll-up door covered in dust. And sometimes, if you're bold enough to take the chance, you find something incredible. Final thought. The auction floor feels a little quieter now. One less voice calling out bids, one less gambler willing to push all his chips to the center of the table. But the echo of Darrell Sheets, the laughter, the risk, the unforgettable moments, still lingers. Because legends like that don't really leave, they just become part of the story.
Well, this is really weird, but I just disappeared. Huh. And I can't get me back on the camera. So it's the Doug show tonight. See if we can figure out what happened. But for some reason, my camera died on me. And I don't know why. Let's see what happened here. Follow this little cable and see where it got to.
Some people might think it's an improvement.
It is an improvement. Now we have the invisible me. I could put a picture of me up, and that would be the same thing as listening to me, except you aren't listening to me. You're not seeing me. That's weird, though, because this camera's never been a problem so far. This has been a bulletproof camera. Oh, it's the blue cable. Okay. Let's see. Where's that blue cable go? Huh. That's really weird. We're going to see if we can get the blue cable to work again. Either that or we're just going to have to not see me tonight, which would be okay. Because then I can do all kinds of crazy stuff back here, sticking my tongue out at you and stuff like that. Anyway. Here's the other guy that died as soon as I get this done here. Okay. Shoot, how'd that happen? Okay, we're going to get this. All right, okay, we did this one. So I need to shrink this up and put the second one on. Where you at? There you are, library. And here we go with the other one, I think. How do I do this? Let's see. There we go. You remember Dave Mason?
I do.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. He did a lot of cool stuff with freaking Hendrix and REO Speedwagon and who were the other, Fleetwood Mac and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool. He was able to do all that. So that was pretty neat. Yeah, he was a cool guy. And he was one of those guys that I like because he doesn't play note for note. He plays by feel, not by notes. You know, he's one of those guys that doesn't that basically has the feel that a lot of people are missing when they play. So I think that's cool. Let's see. All right, so that's that. So we can get rid of that now. And all right, now we can talk about birthdays. Hey, your favorite part of the show?
My favorite part of the show.
Yes, it's documented. It's got to be real because it's documented. Okay, a lot of these are good ones this week, and I'll start with some of the ones I don't think you might not know. So I'll start with those and get those out of the way. Penelope Cruz. Here she comes.
Penelope Cruz. 33.
She is 52. She would love you. She doesn't really
I don't
age.
see those old pictures.
She doesn't age. That's the thing about this girl. She just does not age. She's one of those people that has the right genes, I guess. But yeah, I've never seen a picture of her looking old. Okay, that one's that. Then we got Kelly Clarkson. I don't think she ages either. She looks about the same, except she gained weight, loses weight, gains weight, loses weight.
I'm going to say 49.
She is 44, so you get the point. Okay, then we got Jessica Alba. I'm trying to remember why I know her, but she's another one that doesn't age.
Let's see.
I mean, here you go. Look at this. 2005. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. I got to put her up a little higher. 2005 and 2024. She looks like the same girl.
52.
She is 45, so that's close enough. The next one, Cedric the Entertainer. I don't know if you know him or not.
No, I don't think so. Oh, I know who he is.
Yeah, I don't really. I mean, I've seen him in a bunch of things.
72.
72. No, 62. You're close. Okay, then we got George Lopez. The next ones are all you're gonna know. You're gonna know all the rest. Well, maybe most of the ones.
67.
Good. That's 65. He's 65. Okay. I don't know. You might not know him. Michael Moore. He was you might know him. You might. It depends what type of politics you follow.
I know Michael Moore.
He's a producer of movies.
Yeah, I'm going to say he's in his late 60s. So I'm going to say 68.
You're close enough. That's 72. Let's see here. All right, we did him. We didn't do George Lopez, right?
Yeah, we just did.
We just did him. Okay, I wasn't sure. I was trying to remember. I forgot to delete him. So let me take those off before I say them again. All right. You don't watch Walking Dead, but he was also on Grey's Anatomy. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's also been in a bunch of things, but he was actually going to quit acting after, like, when he was on, back when he was on Grey's Anatomy way back in the early 2000s. He was getting frustrated and was ready to quit the business. And he's around my age.
Yeah, 54. Let's go. 50. Let's say 58.
Okay, that's a good. He's 60. John Waters. You may not know him, but he did some movies that were controversial. What was the name of that movie he did? He had that guy that dressed like a woman all the time before it was popular. I can't remember the name.
I'm going to say 71.
All right. 80. But,
oh, wow.
Okay, now the rest of them you will know, I think. Okay, Jack Nicholson.
Jack, he's probably 85.
Yeah, he's probably 89. That guy, oh man, he'll never die. I swear. Yeah, he's looking good. He's for being a guy that his age, he's definitely looking good. Then we got John Cena.
$56.
Believe it or not, 49.
49.
Yeah, yeah. Lee Majors. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Lee Majors. Hold on. Oh, wait. Oh, no. That didn't come up. Hold on. Why did that come up? Okay, hold on. That came up under... Is that really what came up? Oh, wow. I actually screwed that up. Okay. Hold on. The $1 Million Man. There he is. I'm thinking he looks...
He's got to be...
I'm thinking this is probably what he looks like now. Or maybe...
81.
He is 87. It's hard to believe. How about Valerie Bertinelli? Everyone's crush when we were kids.
Everybody's crush, yeah.
Oh, man, she was so hot. She still is pretty good.
Valerie's got to be 59.
She's got to be older than me. 66.
Really?
Yeah.
66.
Yeah, but keep in mind she was married to Eddie Van Halen, and he would have been, I think I figured out he would have been 60, he would have been about 70 now. So, Barbara Streisand.
I'm going to say 90.
You're really close. 84. Shirley MacLaine. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Shirley MacLaine. I would say she looks a lot like this now.
Yeah, I'm saying 88.
She is 92.
92.
Okay, we did that one, we did that one, we did that one, we did that one. Okay, the last two. Jay Leno.
Jay's got to be
Why isn't it coming up?
74.
76. And lastly, and Margaret.
And Margaret.
You know, before you answer this, I'm going to give you a hint, kind of. When we were growing up, there was a movie that came out called Tommy. She was the hottest chick I've ever seen at that point. I was like 16 or something. But she was the hottest chick that was out at that point.
So, I'm going to say 60.
No, you better go
70.
higher.
I was going to go 72.
Higher.
Really? 82. Higher?
85.
85.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wild when you think about it. She was something else. I had such a hang up on her. I mean, there was a scene in Tommy where she was rolling around in baked beans. It was so freaking erotic for a kid that was 16 or whatever I was. Oh, man. Yeah. That's a true confession there. All right. We can move on to the good stuff now. You did pretty good. Hit you with some that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was thinking, man, Lee Majors, I can't believe he's that old. And I think about, but the $1 Million Man was back in the 70s. So a lot of these guys.
$1 million is pretty cheap now.
Yeah, he wouldn't be worth anything at $1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million, man, that would have been, that's chump change nowadays. Oh, man. Let me close some of these windows here. He was my favorite on what I saw the show. Which one, Lee Majors? I thought he was. That was a cool show. That was neat because it was just totally different than anything else. Then there was Lindsay Wagner did that one. The $1 Million Woman or whatever it was. So
$1 Million Woman, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. All right, here we go. All right. Can you afford a Picasso?
No.
France sold a $1 million Picasso painting to a Parisian sales manager for 100 euros, which is about $117. The sale was part of a charity raffle that collectively raised 12 million euros, or $14 million, for Alzheimer's research. So that guy actually got a deal on that. I would pay that for a Picasso. That'd be cool. So that's that. If anybody was wondering if they could afford one, they could, if they got the right thing. Reality star Dr. Pimple Popper. Do you know? Did you ever see that show or hear about that show?
No.
Okay, the Dr. Pimple Popper suffered a stroke while filming her show. Says part of her brain died. Well, I think if I had to do that show, my brain would die too.
Not a good show, huh?
No. Baby Jessica McClure is arrested 39 years after her rescue from a Texas well. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember something about that.
Well, apparently she fell into a well in her aunt's backyard in Texas, April 14th, 1987, at the age of 18 months. Over the next 58 hours they spent working to get her freed from the well, about 22 feet below the grade. She was arrested for domestic violence or domestic disturbance. So she is still in Texas, and she was arrested following a domestic disturbance at her Midland County home, according to authorities. So that's they should have left her down in the well.
Yeah.
70s rock icon announced new stars in a concert unlike any other experience. And that experience was with... Hold on, come on. Well, that's too slow. Come on. Oh, boy, we gatewayed out. I don't remember who it was, or I just say it. Come on. Don't gateway out on me. Okay. Come on, you're going to give me the... Now I'm wondering who it was, because I can't remember. All right, we'll do it the other way. Copy this, because it doesn't work on the original page. Okay. There it is. Kiss. Oh yeah, that one. These guys, you think they're retired. They're never going to retire. I mean, when I was on my way to New Jersey, they decided that they were going to, well, at least Gene Simmons said he's going to go out on singles tour, which I thought was really bizarre. But it says Kiss has confirmed that they have written new songs in their upcoming Avatar-based show in Vegas in 2028. If you thought Kiss was done after their farewell tour, Gene Simmons has some news for you. Simmons has confirmed that the legendary rock band has written new songs set to debut as part of their upcoming Avatar-based show in Las Vegas in 2028. You're going to get all that stuff and also new songs. So,
wow.
I don't think they're ever going to retire until they die. And even then, they'll probably figure a way to do it, even though they're dead.
Through AI.
Yeah.
Do it through AI.
It's crazy when you think about it. I'm glad that they...
Well, their fans want them to keep going.
Yeah. I mean, they're a 1 in a million band. So, I mean, I hate to see him retire too, but, you know, there's got to be a point that you say, okay, I'm going to hang it up. Every band has done that. But they don't want to quit. And I don't blame them. I mean, I wouldn't want to quit either. I keep playing too, but I mean, geez, if I did as much as they did, I wouldn't be playing now. Maybe I would. I don't know. Anyway, so we're going to see another tour from them. Just crazy. I think it's just funny that they have not given it up yet, and I think it's cool. I love the fact that they love what they do, so it's not really a job to them. You know, they get to perform, they get to be around as stars as long as they want to be around. And you know, most of those people, when they retire, they end up dying anyway because they're bored with their life. And
yes.
And they aren't. I mean, they like what they're doing and they keep doing it. So that's a good thing. Let's see here. Then we got... Okay. I don't want to talk about that stuff right now. Let's see. We'll save that. Oh, did you know there's a difference between tennis for men and tennis for women?
Then, well, what is it?
They have, the main difference is women or men have the extra duty versus the regular duty tennis balls. In other words, the men's tennis ball uses extra duty, and women's use regular duty. So what that has to do with the type of felt that's used on the ball, and the ball's a little bit smaller, I believe, which I thought was really kind of bizarre for a tennis ball. I wouldn't, there'd be one thing like if it made a difference as to how far the ball would go and stuff, but it really isn't that much of a difference. The men's ball is an extra duty men's ball. It's thicker, looser woven felt designed for hard courts. It's more durable. It resists fluffing up and fuzzing and all that stuff. It helps the ball maintain consistent speed and bounce over many games. The women use a regular duty ball. It's thinner, it's lighter, it's or I should say tighter woven felt, and it plays slightly faster, but it offers more spin potential and fluff up more durable. I don't know. I don't quite get that, but I don't play tennis either. So, says why the difference exists. Male players generally hit the ball much harder, especially serves, which can exceed 130 to 140 miles per hour. It's better to that power for breaking without breaking down too quickly. And with regular duty balls for men, it could lead to the felt wearing out quicker. Injury prevention. In the past, especially in the 80s to 2000s, some women reporters reported more injuries from the heavier, durable, extra-duty balls, so they switched them. The extra-duty balls tend to stay slower and more consistent on abrasive courts. Regular duty feel livelier and allow more shot shaping, which are resulting in women's game balls being, I guess, more accurate. So I just thought that was interesting because I never would have even imagined there would be a difference in the balls. But that was something I found pretty cool. Here's one this one's really, really strange. This happened locally here. Susquehanna Township woman sentenced after her husband was burned alive. In June 2022, an 84-year-old woman. This is so. I'm sorry, an 84-year-old man. Here it is. There it is. First off, that's her. Okay, she's 60-something. She set her husband on fire and left him to burn to death. Now she was 60-something. Now I'll tell you what, she looks pretty old there.
She didn't age well.
And she did not age well at all. A woman killed her husband, a much-loved member of the community known as Grandpa, by setting him on fire while he was naked and leaving him to die. Evelyn dialed 911 on June 16th, 2022, telling operators she believed her husband, Carmen Henderson, was dead. And the 66-year-old from Pennsylvania told the operator, I believe Carmen Henderson did not make it. I think he is deceased. She set him on fire. I mean, what the crap? Why would you? I mean, if you want out of the marriage, get out of the marriage. I mean, because either way, you're out of the marriage. But the one, you're going to be in jail. But retired Susquehanna Township Police Sergeant Richard Wilson, speaking to Oxygen Snapped, said he discovered Carmen's body naked and burnt on the property. He said, some scenes make perfect sense, but this one confused me. Dauphin County Prosecutor Mike Sproul added, she said to the 911 operator that she had seen him at 1 o'clock in the morning, heard him yell, and chose at that time not to call 911. She indicated that she found him in the morning when she got up. So she just set him on fire and left him to burn up. But says Evelyn led the police to her 84-year-old ex-policeman husband, naked, burned remains, and there was additional burn debris around the fragments of clothing, shoes, and a belt, as well as a burnt chair. There was a lighter on the table along with rolled up paper towel with one burnt end on the ground. My question is, why is he naked? We believe he was on fire. He was more than likely disrobing. I just don't get it, you know? To kill. Anyway, so yeah. I mean, just unbelievable that she would kill her husband. Just leave him. And here she was sentenced. She was sentenced for. This is 2 years after, is serving life without parole. Not that she. I mean, where's she going to go? I mean, she really. She isn't going to attract a guy, especially now. Oh, what happened to your husband? I set him on fire. You know, she's not going to find anyone that wants to be part of that. Oh, man. And I guess she figured because she wasn't taking care of herself. I mean, her picture, and where was her picture? There's her picture. She has a beard of herself. Jeez. That's crazy. I would have just...
She obviously doesn't comb her hair.
No, or anything else. I can't even imagine. Well, at least she got free room and board for the rest of her life. So, oh man, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine, living with her, because she's not... I mean, she killed her husband. That's not even... I mean, why did he hang around with her? I guess maybe he was insane. So why is gasoline so much cheaper in the U.S. than overseas?
Because we're pretty much energy independent.
Okay, that's a good answer.
But today I went to fill up and it was $4.29. I did find it at under $4 driving around. I found we have UDFs here. And the UDF was under $4, but most gas stations are up above $4.25, $4.29.
See, now you should have bought an electric, because now you see the power.
Yes, I see why.
I'll tell you, it's crazy. Because actually, for the money you paid for your car, you could have bought a nice used, or even a new one for just a little bit more. But you could have bought one. It's crazy. Man, I just can't even imagine. I mean, take a look at the Philippines. I mean, the Philippines, you're looking at almost $5 a gallon. Mexico, you're looking at $5 a gallon. UK, geez, they're almost $7 a gallon. Or no, more than $7. France is over $8 a gallon. Germany is over $8 a gallon. That's just insane. I don't even know if I remember it ever being that much when we were ever with gas. Last time when we had, when we were kids, I remember when I got my driver's license, it was like 75 cents a gallon, and it went up to like $1.25 a gallon in like overnight almost. And I was going crazy thinking, wow, how am I going to afford to go back and forth to school? And now look at it. It's just insane. But they said the reason is it says here, the war in Iran has lifted U.S. gasoline prices to more than $4 a gallon, the highest average price in 4 years. Yet, U.S. prices are still lower than Germany, South Korea, and most other developed countries. The U.S. produces more oil than any country in the world, than any nation in the world, and far more than it did during the oil crisis of 1970. So it's more isolated from the global supply. And that's just, to me, that's just hard to imagine. It's just nuts. But, yeah. And it says here, much of the discrepancy owes to taxes, according to the S&P Global Energy. The U.S. government charges one of the lowest rates in the world. American consumers paid an average of $3.64 a gallon in March, with only about 60 cents of that made up in federal and state taxes. The average hit $4 a gallon at the end of the month. That's just insane. Whew. That's one thing I don't miss. I don't miss having the gas. I mean, Uncle Elon pays for my power, so I'm happy with that. All right.
Yeah, $700 billion and growing, his fortune can afford to pay for your gas.
Yes, he can. That's why he's such a good uncle. So I just think it's insane when I think about what's going on here, because who would have thought that we would have seen that, in our lifetime? I don't know. Wow, this doesn't even see the camera on my computer. That's bizarre. I wonder why that doesn't see me at all. I keep looking for, I have two cameras. I got the one on the computer and the one outside the computer. The one outside the computer's worked flawlessly since, I don't know, day one. But, I don't know. All right. So, fast food chain franchisee sees banks files for bankruptcy after being sued, and that is Hardee's. So apparently, Ark Burger LLC filed for bankruptcy following Hardee's filing suit against franchisees for outstanding payments of over $6.5 million in November 2025. A major food chain franchisee has declared bankruptcy. It's just weird to think of these companies going out of business. We see more and more of them, like the fast food business you would think is going to be around forever because of the amount that they charge. I mean, what we used to, when we were in college, we could buy a whole pizza for $3. And now look at it, who would have thought that a fast food company would be hurting for money? But
pizza around here is $22 to $25
for a whole pizza. Wow.
For a large.
Wow, I think I get a large Sicilian pizza for $16. I think here. But
we're a little bigger city than you.
Yeah, and they make a good Sicilian pizza. So, yeah, it's crazy. But, yeah, that's the way it is, man. I just think that it's, I just can't think that fast food would be such a non-profitable thing to get. Parents charged after 5-year-old falls 20 feet from a ski lift he was allegedly riding on. First off, why would you let your 5-year-old ride the ski lift alone?
Yes.
That's the big thing that I'm having a hard time understanding. Pennsylvania couple is facing charges of endangering the welfare of a child after their 5-year-old fell off of ski lift. He was allegedly riding the ski lift alone at the time. His father allegedly told the operator that the boy was experienced and capable of riding the ski lift by himself. 5-year-old. I wouldn't let my 10-year-old, even 12-year-old, ride alone. That would be crazy. So the mother and the father are both charged with endangering the welfare of a child, according to the court records. The boy allegedly fell 20 feet into the snow from the chairlift at Blue Knob Ski Resort in Kimmel Township on March 1st. First off, I don't even know if I'd take my kid to a ski. I don't know. I guess skiing at 5 is something that I guess people do, but that would be weird to think about. Anyway, he fell off the ski lift, and he was put in a neck brace and taken to the helicopter to UPMC Children's Hospital in Pittsburgh. And an employee of the resort was informed the state police that the boy had told him he was twisting around in chairlift trying to adjust his ski goggles when he fell. But the kid should have never been riding it alone. That's the thing. I don't get why they would have even done that, because that just seems counterproductive, you know. Hold on here. I'm going to take this and put you on again. There you go. Since I can't get myself back on for whatever reason. But, yeah, it just seems weird, and I can't imagine, like, somebody allowing their kid to do it. Now, guess what how much their couple are arraigned for?
Child negligence?
No, I mean how much?
Oh, how much? I have no idea.
$50,000 for the father and $30,000 for the mother. So that's $80,000 for letting your kid fall off the the ski lift. That's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
I think it was bad enough that they had to, see their kid fall, but to make them pay $80,000 on top of that seems a little excessive, I think. The kid's okay. He it says here the 5-year-old had gone down the mountain faster than her, she said, so he got to base. He couldn't find him. Assumed he'd gotten back on the lift. I don't know, but he had gotten on the lift three or four times that day, according to the affidavit. So, I don't know. I think they should have been fined, but I think that's a really hefty fine. Okay, let's see what we got next. Netflix is doing something interesting because they ended up they didn't get the Warner Brothers thing, so they ended up doing a buyback of stock. I thought that was interesting. They let's see here, $25 billion stock buyback amid the lagging share price. So Netflix stock is down more than 16% over the past 6 months, mostly because they were probably going to do that buy, and not everybody was pro that. But it says here, Netflix has set a big $25 billion stock buyback program as the streaming giant seeks to combat and take advantage of the lagging share price and the Wall Street concerns around disappointing financial guidance. The company unveiled a stock buyback program Thursday morning. The new program will be in addition to its 2024 buyback program, which still has $6.8 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money, a lot of stock. So I found that very, very interesting that they were going to buy back the stock and stuff. So, I guess that's what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do, I guess. But I just thought it was funny that they would do that after this didn't work out quite the way they wanted it to. Got to get this back here so that we click that. See, enable. No, I turned the ad blocking off on that. What the freak is going on here? Okay, that's blocked. Okay, I don't know what it's having a problem with. Anyway, so I don't know. We'll see. I think that it would be a good time to buy Netflix stock because they're still the largest streamer out there.
Their stock's going to bounce back. It would probably be the right time.
Yeah, for sure. Michael moonwalks to a record 97 million U.S. opening. So that new movie, the new movie came out, and I guess did really well. Let me see here. Where is it? There it is. Okay. Hold on, I got to figure out which link I had to do with this. There it is. Okay. Yeah. Geez. 219 million globally. That's crazy. Who would have thought? And another win for a non-franchise title. Michael Jackson biopic pulled off a moonwalk for the ages at a worldwide box office of 97.2 million domestically and 121 million foreign for a global blast off of 218.8 million. I'm kind of curious to see that. But there, that movie doesn't come without controversy, because during that controversy, there's also a hold on here. There's a second part to this story. Michael Jackson's second family claimed he sexually abused 4 kids in a new lawsuit. Family that previously defended the singer now says their kids were repeatedly assaulted by Jackson at the Neverland on trips and tour stops. So, I don't know what I believe anymore.
Yeah.
I think there are money grabbers out there that are going to try to get any piece they can of it, but I can't say that I believe that he's totally innocent either. So I don't know who did what to whom, but he's been dead for, 15, 16 years. And,
something like that.
Yeah. And he died broke. So, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do for it. But a lawyer for the estate, Marty Singer, released a statement calling the family's efforts a desperate money grab, and that family staunchly defended Michael Jackson for more than 25 years, attesting to his innocence of inappropriate conduct. The new court filing is a transparent forum shopping tactic in their scheme to obtain hundreds of millions of dollars from Michael's estate and companies. When he died, he was really, truly broke. Jeez. $80,000 to drop in the bucket when you let your kid die. Well, he didn't die though. He fell, but he didn't die, and he did get hurt, but he didn't get hurt seriously in the whole scheme of things. It's 8 o'clock. It's your turn.
My turn. Okay. Well, let's go to the Middle East.
Okay. Hold on, I'll get you.
Iran has put forward a proposal for relief from the blockade. You know that we are blockading their ships, oil and product, and what they're importing, export and import into the country. We are blocking it. And it's been a very successful, from our perspective, blockade, not from their perspective, but from ours. And so they have put a proposal out that if we stop the blockade, they'll allow ships to transit through the Strait of Hormuz free and clear.
Oh, wow. They're not going to charge the $2 million a month, or $2 million?
No, they're not. But they want to postpone the nuclear talks. And Trump is not happy with that and won't even talk to them about it. He wants them to include nuclear in this deal. Because if we stop the blockade, we lose our leverage. Right. See, what's happening right now is they're pumping their oil into old tankers that were going to salvage, and they're filling them up, and they're filling up every container that they can get, every oil or any other type of container that's empty, they're filling it with oil. Because in about 2 weeks, it was 3 days, and now they're saying 2 weeks, they will run out of storage, and they'll have to shut their well down. And if they shut the wells down, that's it. They're not going to be able to restart them.
Wow.
And they're losing between $350 and $400 billion a day.
Wow.
From selling oil. Their economy was bad before this happened. Now their economy is teetering on the brink of collapse.
Wow.
But the IRGC, who is running the show, doesn't care. They don't care how it hurts their own people. They don't care how it hurts the country. They just want to get a nuclear weapon so that they can destroy Israel and hopefully send a dirty bomb to the United States. The way that it would work best in the United States is to send it in a shipping container and send it to New York City or have it transported to Washington, D.C., and then some poor soul who believes he's going to go to paradise if he commits suicide would set it off.
Jeez.
So that is the dream of the mullahs and the IRGC. And they don't want to give up that dream by giving away the nuclear material that they have, which has been enriched to 60%. They only need 90% to have weapons grade. And that only takes between 2 weeks and a month to get from 60 to 90% in centrifuges. So they don't want to give that up. And they don't want to give up the potential to make more bombs. So Trump is playing the long game here and saying, no, we're gonna choke your economy to where it completely collapses.
Wow.
But that's going to hurt the people of Iran. Some are not getting paid. The banks are running out of money. They're losing their savings. They're losing their checking ability. Internet's been off for about two and a half months now. So businesses can't do transactions over the internet. And people are losing their jobs. And you talk about high gas prices.
Yeah.
I don't have a figure, but they say it's the highest in the world.
Wow.
And the gas prices. So, it's really bad. And Trump is betting that experts say that 122 million barrel shortage capacity could ruin without exports, forcing production cuts and risking permanent damage to the oil fields. So, if they hurt the oil fields, they're not going to have any way to make money, because the way they make money is through oil. That is the number one export of Iran. And if we allow the oil fields to be destroyed, there goes the whole country's only means of making mass amounts of money. So it's quite a dicey game they're playing.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, actually. I mean, geez, why would you put everything at risk like that?
Because they're crazy. They're jihadists and they don't care.
Yeah.
Their number one goal is to destroy the little Satan, which is Israel, and the great Satan, which is the United States. And the way to do that is through a nuclear bomb. So that is what they want to. That's what they want to build, and they want to drop a couple of bombs on Israel and at least one on the United States.
I'm sure they'd love to do that.
That's what they want to do.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They just don't care. That's the consensus now, is that it doesn't matter what happens. The people that are running the country just do not care. They're fanatical.
That's
fanatical beliefs. I believe what I believe, and I would die for what I believe. But I'm not out there trying to destroy anybody else.
Right.
There's a big difference. They want to take away the right to live from a whole lot of people.
Right.
And that's the difference between radical Islamic jihadists and other people that have belief systems. And, you don't see Hindus out there wanting to destroy, actually you do. I correct myself here. In India, there's a lot of persecution going on, but of Christians and other minorities. But you don't see that on a global scale. And you don't see Roman Catholics wanting to end the life of Hindus.
Right.
There's a big difference. And it's a mindset that I don't think Trump and the administration really understood. Because I think they thought if we bomb them for 6 weeks, they'll give in and give up their nuclear weapon. And it's turning out that is not part of the equation. I don't think they realized how fanatical these people were. They're insane. They're so radical. They're insane. They killed in 36 hours. The reports now are they killed 32,000 people of their own people in 36 hours. And if you can do that, what else can you do?
Right.
What's the limit? There is no limit. If you can kill your own people, 32,000 of them, what stops you from bombing Israel or bombing the United States?
Right.
What would stop you?
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's crazy.
Germany's Merz, their prime minister, says the United States has humiliated itself because they don't have an exit strategy to get out of this war. If you look back at your gas thing, the highest gas prices were in Europe because this is hurting them. Okay. And they're mad because we didn't consult them before we went to war in Iran. And the problem is that they have been asked to get involved in the Strait of Hormuz with their navies.
Okay.
But their navies are so decrepit, and because they depend on the United States to take care of their navy for them. They depend on the United States to take care of their war-fighting capacity against Russia. And that's getting a little old. We spend trillions of dollars keeping them safe from Russia. And this is the thanks we get?
Yeah.
A lot of people in the United States are now saying, why are we supporting Europe at all?
Right.
Bring that money home. We have a lot of needs. Those trillions of dollars could be better spent in the United States. A lot of homeless people. There's a lot of people that don't eat. There's a lot of childhood diseases. There's a lot of infrastructure. Our bridges are falling down, and our roads need fixed. And those trillions of dollars could be used a lot of different ways than supporting people that are ungrateful just take you for granted. They're taking the United States for granted. That will always be there and will always take care of them, and they don't have to spend the money on their own defense.
Right. Sure.
And this is a personal opinion, but I'm a little tired of it. I'm a little tired of allowing them to take advantage of us.
Yes.
So some economists are saying that if this oil deal isn't rectified soon, it's going to do a global recession. That inflation could hit over 7.7% in the world.
Wow.
So this is a total world thing. It is not just the United States thing.
Right.
But nobody wants to help us.
Of course. Well, I mean, I don't know that we're in the right place anyway. I don't know that we should be there.
The only reason I think we should be there, Mike, is because they would develop that bomb and they would drop it.
Correct.
That's the only reason. Other than that, I could care less what happens to Iran.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
it's
crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is. And there isn't an exit strategy right now. We do not have a strategy to get out of that mess. And it's called mission creep. And that happens in every war. And it happened in Iraq, and it happened in Afghanistan. It happened in Vietnam, where you get involved in a short duration, low manpower conflict. And the next thing you know, you've got hundreds of thousands of troops there, and you're in it for 18 to 20 years.
Yes.
And
I thought we learned our lesson on this.
Well, and Trump ran on not doing forever wars anymore. And now we're in this situation where we're there a lot longer than Trump anticipated. He thought we'd be done by now, and we're not near done.
Right.
And, it's going to hurt him. It's going to hurt the Republican Party in the midterm elections, because this going to a pump where you have to pay $4.29 for gas isn't going to go over very well.
No.
People don't get why. I understand why we're in Iran. I understand and agree that we should be there stopping them from getting nuclear weapons. Right.
Yeah.
Most people in this country don't agree with that. They don't think we should be there. They don't see the threat. And $4.29 a gallon, and maybe
crazy.
Going up to higher, they're not going to vote Republican.
No.
Come midterm elections, they're going to vote Democrat. And Trump is in a bad situation. We have a third aircraft carrier group now in the Middle East. There's more firepower in the Middle East right now than any time ever from the United States point of view. And what the significance of the third aircraft carrier group is that you can have consistent 24-hour operations. One aircraft carrier can be involved during the day for 12-hour shift and then shut down for 12 hours, and the other two can operate at night for 12-hour shifts, and then when morning comes, they can shut down and rest and regroup and do maintenance, and then the other aircraft carrier can start up the daytime operation again. So it is, we're gearing up for more kinetic warfare. And, we're going back. The word is that we have taken care of 75% of our target package. There's 25% to do yet. And so we're just waiting. We're just waiting it out to see what happens. In Lebanon, Israeli war, they have, with Lebanon and Israel, there's a ceasefire that's been extended by 3 weeks. So at least Israel is not fighting anybody right now. But they're ready to go. They are ready to go. They had their defense minister went on TV and said they're just waiting for Trump to give the go-ahead, and they are ready to continue bombing Iran back to the Stone Age, as he said, quote unquote. So this war is not going to end. So anyhow, that's the Middle East.
Not anytime soon.
The Middle East.
It's just
not any.
It's just weird because I really had a good feeling when Trump got in there that we weren't going to get involved in all these wars, and look where we are.
Look where we are. Well, Trump thought it would be a short-term war, and it still relatively is. It's only 2 months, a little over 2 months. Relatively, it is a short-time war, right?
Right.
And but it's mission creep. There's no exit strategy. These are fanatical, nuts, insane people who will not cooperate. And in any way, no matter what we do, they won't cooperate. So I don't know when we're going to get out of it.
Right. It just
you know,
scares
and
me.
that's the problem. That's the problem. And not only that, there's another problem. We have used a lot of ammunition.
Well, that's what I was thinking
very
too.
Expensive ammunition and very inexpensive ammunition. And we have China and Russia as adversaries. And we have pulled ammunition from Europe and from Pacific. And if China decided to attack Taiwan, we would be short ammunition.
Wow.
So there's a limit to the amount of ammunition we have. There is a floor by which we cannot go below because we would be too short everywhere else. And a lot of independent people believe that we're getting close to that floor now. And we can't go on too much longer. We're going to run out of weapons.
Right.
The other thing is that Ukraine has mastered cheap weapons to take down drones and missiles. We have expensive weapons to take down drones and missiles. We are behind the curve, and we're using $2 million missiles to take down a $50,000 drone.
Jeez.
So that's not good pricing. And where Ukraine uses a $20,000 missile to take down a $50,000 drone.
Wow.
And they fire two of them, and they're getting like an 80 to 90% kill rate.
Wow.
They fire three, it's 100% kill rate. Right? We need, that's the problem. We need to be adopting what they're doing in Ukraine.
Right.
I agree. And we're behind the eight ball because it takes our military 20 years to adapt because of the pipeline for construction. Our industries are going to fight doing away with $2 million missiles. $2 million missiles. They're going to fight doing away with them because that's their lifeline. That's what they produce.
Wow.
And if we start going to cheap missiles, defensive missiles, what are these manufacturers going to do? They're going to lose their bread and butter. So it's a very complicated thing. And it's a mess, Mike, is what I'm trying to say in a nutshell, is this is a bigger mess than what most people realize. And Trump doesn't have an exit strategy, and that's the problem.
He thought
if
he could bully his way.
If he could say we're out of there in 4 weeks no matter what, I think they could weather the storm, but he can't say that.
I think that he bit off a little more than he could chew because he thought that they would bow down. He thought that they
would cave.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're a caving type. I think they're
going to
go until they lose everything. They're putting it all on the line because they got nothing to lose. When they lose everything, they've already lost everything. So I believe that's the philosophy they're going in with.
So it's worse than what it's. I just believe it's worse than what people think. I think the situation is worse, and I don't think Trump. Trump's cagey like a fox, and he has a plan, but I just think he's up against crazy, insane people that aren't going to play his game.
Yeah,
and I just think crazy like a fox isn't going to be good enough.
Right.
Is what all the stuff I watch and all the research I do, this is the conclusion that a lot of people are coming to, that crazy like a fox isn't going to be good enough. And we're going to have to pull out at some point, and they're going to have their nuclear weapons.
Right.
And we're going to we're going to lose, basically. Now Trump's going to claim victory, but we're going to lose.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it depends where you look at it as to whether we want or not. But I think it looks really bad for us.
It does. And I hate to say it because I'm pro-military. I was pro this war, and now I sit back and think these mullahs are pretty smart.
Yeah,
they're not dumb people. They're as smart as us, and they're playing us like a fiddle, and we have not a lot of answers. And it's because they don't care about their own people. Most countries care about their own people, and the Stalins of the world and the Hitlers of the world didn't care about their own people, and that's what we're dealing with here.
Right.
We're dealing with people that don't care. They just don't care at all, and that's the problem. So on to AI. More than 1 in 3 American workers are delaying or canceling major purchases due to job security concerns. There's a lot of cuts going on in businesses and even in tech industries right now because of AI. And people are scared for their jobs. College students are choosing AI-safe professions now, professions that aren't going to be infiltrated by AI and have them lose their jobs. And so jobs that are needed are going to start getting short-changed because people aren't going into those industries anymore. It is it's a big problem and a growing problem. Didn't Meta just lay off about 20,000 people, or are going to lay off about 20,000 people because of AI?
That's crazy.
And
Wow.
And the thing is that AI is getting so good. I'm thinking of you in sales. AI could do sales.
Yeah, it can. That's the problem, is that it's too good.
So, they're just downsizing people.
But I do want to say one thing about this, and I might have mentioned this last week or might have mentioned it the week before. This has happened before, okay? We've had problems where we saw downsizing for some things, and so the millennials ended up being YouTubers and stuff like that. They found other needs because their jobs were in danger because of not AI, but other ways of getting rid of their positions, so it's not that those jobs are gone, but that just means there's another job somewhere else. You got to be creative about what you're doing. So you can, a lot of people that are going to be replaced by AI can do something else that can't be done by AI. So it's not the end. It's just, you got to be a little more creative about how you do it. You either start your own business or you go work somewhere where AI won't affect you. That's a scary part. I don't know what I would do if I were faced with losing my job now. It's kind of like, but right now, all the things that I'm involved in, I can't be replaced by AI. So fortunately, I've got job security, even though I don't need it. But I do feel bad for those people that will be affected by it.
Well, that's it. Some of those people are going to have a hard time finding another job. I do understand that the younger generation is going to be flexible, and they'll survive it. It's the 45-year-olds and the 55-year-olds that are going to be hurt by it, because it's going to be hard for them to reposition themselves in this economy. I find it difficult to keep up with tech. The older I get, the harder it is.
Sure.
And I can just imagine 55, and then you have to become proficient in AI. It's going to be hard.
See, that was one thing I was lucky with, because when computers came in and replaced a bunch of people, I was already pro-computer. I was already on top of the computer stuff. And most of my generation were intimidated by computers. But they couldn't hang while this was all going on. So a lot of people lost their jobs because of computers. I was lucky enough that I worked with computers before they were popular. My first computer was 1986. So I got the chance to be familiar with them, and I wasn't intimidated by them. So then when it came to looking for a job, I just fell into a job because computers were popular, and I had been one of the few people that was out there and got lucky enough to win a computer at a computer show for $3.50 or $5 or something, whatever it was that I bought it. But I was just lucky enough that I was attracted to that generation, even though it was a generation that came after me. I got in on it, and so when I got that's how I got my first job. Is that they quizzed me on computers, and I had an Apple computer. And even though we didn't sell Apple, it was easy to learn the IBM compatible, and I was lucky enough that I picked that stuff up, and it was easy for me. But a lot of people my age did not do well with computers, and still do not. And I think about how proficient are you with computers?
Well, I had to send an encrypted email the other day, and I didn't know how to do it.
Yeah.
I had to be talked through it because I didn't know how to encrypt an email.
I don't think I know how to.
Even though I did it, and so I couldn't undo it. I had to do it in Outlook. I couldn't do it in Google. So I could not find a tab to do it on. But Outlook, there was an encryption tab, and so I was able to encrypt it, but I had to be talked through. And so I felt like a 70-year-old.
Yeah.
because I had some 20-year-old on the phone working me through it. And I kept saying, "You're dealing with a senior here, man. You got to slow down a little bit." You got to slow down. I'm 70.
Yep, you are. You're old.
So, it gets intimidating. I try to keep up, but it's hard. Every year it goes by, it gets a little harder. And I don't know, everything with the Salvation Army is now computer-based. It's all online. Everything's online.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine how 80-year-old retireds are dealing with that.
Right.
It's got to be tough. I mean, they still let you go to FedEx and FedEx it overnight, but that's $18 to FedEx something secure overnight.
Right.
With with signing, and if everything you have to send up to territorial headquarters is $18, I mean, over a year, that adds up.
Sure.
So at least now I can encrypt something. So, but I just felt dumb, and because when I was working, I was on top of the computer,
Yeah.
I was on top of it. But all these new programs that the territorial headquarters has put in now, it's a little intimidating to me.
It is.
So I know doing the podcast thing, I'm a little intimidated by the software.
But you wouldn't be. You won't be after like one or two times of doing it. Once you start it, when the first time I did it, I didn't have video, so it was just a stream of turning on and off a stream, and I was on public radio, so it was just one of those things where I said, "Is this all I got to do? It's just do this?" And he said, "Yeah, that's it." And I thought, "Okay, well, let's do that." But the nice thing is, for me, I already knew how to mix because of music, so it wasn't that big of a change for me. And so for you, you were not a musician, and you're not, you don't really have a whole. But they really make it easy for you nowadays.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but it's a learning curve, and
Yes.
at 70, learning curves are a little tougher than when you're 55.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so AI is the same thing for a 55-year-old guy sitting in a corporation, and his job's on the line because AI can do it better than he does it.
Exactly.
It's a little scary.
Yeah. That's crazy.
So, okay, on the SpaceX, my part of the must thing that I like, SpaceX funnels all Starlink revenue into costly AI investments. Starlink is very profitable, and AI is costing Musk more than what he thought. And so they're funneling, instead of it going into SpaceX, which he originally intended to do, he's doing it into AI. So a lot of people in my research are having trouble funding AI, especially data farms. They're becoming more expensive and harder to build than what they originally thought because of the energy costs. You not only have to build your data farm, you have to build the energy infrastructure to cool it and to run it. And it's becoming more costly than what these companies like Meta had envisioned. And so Musk is finding that AI is development, because he's in the robotics and AI. That's his next thing. Right. You know, he could spin off Tesla to somebody else because he's into robotics and AI. You know, I don't think he'll ever give up SpaceX, but he could give up Tesla.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if he'll give up Tesla either, because he seems to be, you know, he's like...
Well, he loves it, but, you know, if it is a drain on profitability,
right,
he might try to sell it.
Yeah, but I don't think, I don't know. Elon likes what he likes, and it doesn't matter if it's profitable or not. He likes what he likes. And he'll make it profitable. I'm finding Teslas everywhere I go. They're becoming more I want to say more popular, but they're also becoming more of them in our area right now. Yeah, I mean, you and I went through and looked at where the chargers are around you because you weren't sure where they were, and they're appearing everywhere now.
They're appearing everywhere, and the Tesla's becoming more popular, and I really like their looks. I can't afford them, but I'd like to have them.
But you see, you can.
Well, the lower models, yeah.
But the lower models are all that they make anymore. They don't make the X, and they don't make the S anymore. The newest one, they're all around the Y is around the XL. The new XL that's coming out is going to be a Y that's almost as big as my car, and it's going to be around $60,000. You know, but the 3 and the Y itself are 40 and 50,000, and you can get a used one, you know, 30, 35, 40, you know, depending what you want. I mean, they've really come down to the point where it doesn't make sense to not look at those now.
Well, you know, I really, you turned me on to it, and I was out the other day driving around with Patty, looking for a Aldi's on the other side of the city. We were on the other side of the city, and we had some time, so we wanted to go do our shopping. Found the Tesla dealer, and it was a huge lot with a lot of Teslas on it. And I was thinking, oh, Mike and I should be here. He could tell me all about every Tesla on the lot.
Oh yeah, yeah. And they're actually, I heard something about the X and the Y and the S. Limited editions that they're supposedly, I don't know if they're putting a new limited edition out. You know, if you're going to close a car out, close the car out. Don't start playing around with whether you're going to close it out or not. Your wishy-washiness doesn't sit well with most of us.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, anyhow, I see them everywhere I go now. I live in the West Side. In the West Side, we have some very rich homes, but it's not as popular as the East Side. East Side that's where all the sports players live, is on the East Side. You get my drift. It's these mansions over there. And the West Side is middle class or lower, mostly, right? But there's more and more Teslas on the road over here. So you're right. Somebody can afford them.
Yeah.
Because they're growing in popularity. Taylor Swift filed a trademark for her voice and likeness because of to ward off AI deepfakes.
That's right.
The filings could give Swift broader legal tools against AI deepfakes by targeting confusingly similar voice and image uses, attorney John Gibson said. So that's a problem.
Well, that's the new thing now. Everyone's trying to protect their voice and their look, and you got to take care of it, and you got to nip it before it becomes a problem.
So anyhow, again, AI is causing new problems in the world. I like AI. Don't get me wrong. I use my ChatGPT and Gemini and I forget the other one I use, but I use Copilot, and I use them and I love them.
Yeah,
but
I'm
also retired, and I don't need to protect my voice and my face. So
right. I use Grok. Grok's kind of fun. So I don't know. I have fun with it. It's good stuff, and it saves me a lot of time. It saves me when I'm writing. It saves me doing correct punctuation with my stuff. It helps me format things, and it's just a good helper. But that's all I want to use it for. I don't want to use it for anything more than that, because what good am I as a creative if I'm using AI to do it all?
Well, I read an article. I didn't bring it in. I should have done it. It was a couple weeks ago. But they're talking about these publishing agencies that have software now that can tell if AI is writing it for you. Not what you and I do, not correcting grammar or sometimes sentence structure. They're saying that AI does the writing for you, and they can tell. Yeah. So,
I don't know how.
Do you use Grammarly? Because I use Grammarly.
Yes, I do. That's a great program.
I think that's a great. And
that's
program.
Great for me because, I can write something and I can write it fairly well, but I'm not always the best at putting punctuation in the right places. And
correct.
I'm getting better at it because of Grammarly, because I'm learning what I do consistently wrong, and so I do
commas wrong.
Yes, me all the time, but I know now that when Grammarly highlights something, that's what it is.
So yeah, I'm learning too. You're right. You do learn. You don't make the same mistake all the time after a while.
Right. And a lot of times when I'm writing, I have this idea and I want to put it all down before I forget it. And that's when I notice that there's grammar problems, and then I look at it and I say, okay, that's underlined. Why? And I always ask myself, why is it underlined? Oh, here's probably why. And then I check and I find out that I'm right, so I'm learning from it. So I don't always make the same mistakes.
I'm also spelling a little bit better because Grammarly helps me with my spelling.
Most of my spelling has been relatively good most of my life, because that's something I usually excelled on. There were certain words that I am not good at, and there's but a lot of the times I'm pretty good at spelling, but punctuation, I still have problems with putting punctuation in the right place.
Hey, do you have anything on the shooting?
Yes.
The attempted assassination?
Yes.
Okay, you can pull it up.
All right. That's kind of personal. I don't know if I want to do that. Okay, let's see here. Let's see that. Well, here we go. All right. Here we go. There we go. Oh, I didn't expect that to be a video. Hold on. Did it happen at the very beginning?
Good evening to everyone. President Trump, Madam First Lady, on behalf of the White House Correspondents Association, thank you for being here.
Wow, how do you say her name?
We have a big night ahead, and we're going to get started now, so enjoy your dinner, and we'll be back.
You still there, Mike? I lost you for a second.
Yeah. We're there. We're looking at the... Oh, there's the people.
I'm trying to come back on. Can you?
Oh,
you have to do something.
Oh, you don't see yourself?
No, I lost you completely there for a second, and I'm trying to come back. I just see a blue screen right now.
Oh, you're on. It sees you.
All I see is a blue screen.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
on. I'm showing the video of the correspondence there. Actually, they're showing where everybody's running and hiding and stuff like that. I didn't ever see this.
After what now appear to be reports of shots.
Man, that would be terrifying.
What we saw was a quick rush to the stage where President Trump was sitting, and
So that had to be scary as anything, because you're there thinking, you're gonna do whatever you're doing there, and then this happens. That would be really, really scary. But you're on.
Do you know who Bill O'Reilly is?
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, I listened to him because he was there, and so I listened to his little blurb. Anyhow, he was in the back by the lobby where this was happening, and he heard the shots, and he had his son with him, and his son dove underneath the table trying to get his dad, Bill, to come down underneath the table with him, but Bill just stood there and watched everything.
I wouldn't do that.
Thinking to myself, I wouldn't have done that either.
I'd be busy. I'd be pushing women and children out of the way so I could get going.
Yeah, well, this is a 31-year-old guy, Cole Thomas Allen, and he was a smart guy, engineering masters.
He was a teacher.
He was a teacher. He was very intelligent. Well, he is very intelligent, but he is a radical leftist.
Yeah.
And he started making all kinds of threats, and his family called the police on him.
Here's a manifesto he has. It said
yes.
something about his manifesto.
Yeah, it's a 1,000-word manifesto, and it's anti-liberal, it's anti-Trump, and it's anti-conservative, and it's anti-Christian. And this is what he did. I think on the 21st of April, he left L.A. by train, went to Chicago. From Chicago, he went to Washington by train. He got into the Plaza Hotel, or the Hilton Hotel, one day before the event.
Jeez.
He brought a shotgun, a pistol, and 3 knives.
Jeez.
Got on the train with those 3 things. Got into the hotel with those 3 things. Got up to his room with those 3 things. Right? And he came down the steps, a back stairway, like not a servant stairway, but an employee stairway. And he came down and he got into the lobby, and he got to the upper lobby before any Secret Service saw him. So he got that close to the ballroom, where 2,000 people were in this ballroom. It was packed, and he wasn't shot. The one officer that was hit in the chest and survived because he had a bulletproof vest on, shot 5 times, and they missed him 5 times. So somebody better take that guy to a gun range.
Yeah, for sure.
Have him learn how to shoot, for sure. But this event, right? This event, the Secret Service had layer upon layer of people from an attack from the outside of the hotel. But they did not plan on the contingency of someone coming from the 1,000-room hotel. They didn't plan on it. This was a failure of Secret Service. They also didn't screen people coming into the event. So what the event was. It was they had all reporters and journalists. It was, what's it called? White House Correspondents Association dinner.
Okay.
And Trump had almost all of his cabinet on the dais, and he had Levitt, the chief spokesperson. They had just a plethora of our government officials. That if this guy would have got another 1,000 feet, a couple of them would have been dead. So I don't know, man. To me, everyone's saying it's not a failure, Secret Service. I think it was.
I think it absolutely
got all that close.
I think it absolutely was. Yeah, that's
he
crazy.
got very close.
And the fact is that there should have been something that stopped. There should have been some kind of metal detector or something to get into that room.
A day before the event, they should have been screening every guest hotel. I mean, every hotel in every guest in the hotel.
I agree.
Should have been screened.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they didn't do that. So I think it's a failure, but you just got to listen to me. Do you have Jimmy Kimmel's comment?
Yes, I do.
About Melania? Okay.
I do have that. That's next. All right, here we. Oh, and then there was a comment that Trump confronted on the warehouse, not the warehouse, the WHCD shooting being staged. Someone actually said that it was being staged.
It was staged. That's going around the radical left, not the normal Democratic Party, but the radical left is saying that it was all staged.
That's just, I mean, come on. That's why would, I mean, what would he have to gain by that at this point?
He wants his ballroom, and they said he staged it so that he would have verbal ammunition to get his ballroom.
All right, here's your Jimmy Kimmel thing.
And the Jimmy Kimmel thing was, he said that Melania is glowing because she's anticipating being a widow.
Yeah. That's just crazy.
Now, Mike, I don't think Kimmel's very funny.
He's
but
not.
Anyhow,
I don't either.
If I'm back on my liberal days, when I was a real liberal, way back in a couple centuries ago, when I was very liberal, I would have laughed at that joke.
Oh, I wouldn't have. I think it's ridiculous. That kind of
think
thing.
it's now. I just see it as being tasteless.
Yeah, there's no point in that. I mean, I know he has his group of people that laugh at everything he says, but I don't find it funny. When someone's when someone's that close to being killed, I'm sorry, I can't find it funny either.
So Melania Trump came out and said that Disney needs to take, and ABC needs to take responsibility and fire him. And Trump actually called for him to be fired. Disney and ABC aren't going to do a thing because their primary audience is the radical left wing of this country.
Yeah.
So they're not going to do a thing to Kimmel. Kimmel came out, and do you know what he said? He said he wasn't talking about assassination. He was talking about Trump's advanced stage and dying.
Sure he is.
So
sure.
Yeah. That's exactly my response. Sure.
You're just overly sensitive.
Yeah. So the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, is going to review Disney's broadcast license. This is vengeance from Trump.
Yeah.
Trump's seeking the government after Disney again, which I find to be just as wrong as what Kimmel said.
Yes.
And this is why, because you can't spend your entire administration taking revenge out on people.
Right.
That's as wrong as what Biden did, because Biden did it against pro-life people. He did it against Christians. He did it against people he didn't agree with. And the right screamed and yelled and raved about weaponizing government, weaponizing the DOJ. And Trump gets in and does exactly the same thing. right? And the right isn't screaming or yelling or saying anything about it. They're
Right.
cheering it on. So when's it going to stop? Now what's going to happen is the Democrats probably are going to win the next election. If I was a betting man, I would bet that after Trump, they're going to want a Democrat in office. And so what's he going to do? Go in and weaponize and go after all the Christians in the country and the conservatives in the country and all the pro-life people, go after them again? Is that what we want?
No, but we don't have much control over that, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, we don't. We don't. The ballroom. Trump says that this shooting shows that the ballroom is needed. The ballroom has been stopped by a federal judge. He said that the construction of the emergency shelters being built underneath the ballroom can continue, but the ballroom can't be built. Do we need a ballroom? Well, after this incident, I kind of think we do, because no one can get into the White House.
Right.
And I think our presidents, both Republican and Democrat, would be a lot safer if they would have these big events in that ballroom.
Have we ever had a president that had so many people trying to attack him?
No, there was two on, who was it? Gerald Ford had 2 attacks on his life. Now Trump has had 3, so it's the most of any president.
It's just nuts.
It's insane, Mike. People are insane.
Yeah.
So our buddy Fetterman, the Democrats, should stop with the Trump derangement syndrome and fund Trump's ballroom after shooting. I believe Fetterman's going to come out as a Republican soon.
That's a probability. I think so.
Yeah. Do you know King Charles is in town with
Actually, yes, I have an article on that too. Hold on.
Okay, bring it on.
I've been I try to anticipate what you're going to do, because I never know, but I figure if there's something involved with politics, you probably have something to say about it. So here we go with photos. King Charles III and Queen Camilla. There we go.
Which should have been Princess Diane, but wait, that's a whole other...
Well, that's, yeah, again, that was when the world of where women were all crying because she died.
Yes.
I've never seen a world react like they did to her.
She was queen of the world.
Yeah,
And,
everyone loved her. Except Charles.
Except for Charles, right?
But now Charles is in charge. Oh man, yeah.
So what's your article?
Well, here's the article. It says the most memorable photos of King Charles' state visit to the U.S. So we got these very nice pictures. Okay, time. You don't need to have that. That doesn't need to be on either. Okay. Yeah. Wow, that's a nice plane, too.
Well, King Charles has the best of everything, Mike.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, what do you do? He had to wait a long time to get it. Because he
did.
He had to outlive all these people that kept taking his spot. Oh man. Let's see. There was also, what else we got here? The trip honors. Okay, so it says King Charles III and Queen Camilla landed in Maryland yesterday for their 4-day tour. The visit is the first by the British monarch since 2007 and Charles' first since 2022 coronation. The trip honors the 250th anniversary of the U.S. independence and reinforces the country's so-called special relationship. Experts say the visit could strengthen ties following rifts over Israel, Iran, Palestinian statehood, and the economic impact of the U.S. tariffs. The tour comes months after President Trump's unprecedented second state visit to the UK. First on the agenda was a military reception and tea at the White House before the garden party at the home of the British ambassador. Today, Charles will speak. I don't know what day. I don't remember what day I put this in.
It was today. He spoke at the joint session of Congress today.
Okay.
Is that what that was?
Yep, that's exactly what it is, and it says see full schedule here. So, yeah. So apparently,
see, we have strained relations right now with the United Kingdom.
Oh, okay.
King Charles's mission is to smooth it over because Trump loves King Charles. He loved Queen Elizabeth too. He loves the pomp and circumstance. He loves the way the king and queen are treated in England.
That's because he wants to be king. He wants to be king.
That's right. That's right, King Trump. And it's exactly right. He loves it. And he likes King Charles. And so King Charles is coming over to try to smooth over the problem. The U.S. ambassador said that America's only special relationship is with Israel. It used to be that our special relationship was with England. Now it's with Israel. The UK ambassador's gotten in trouble for that. But it is. Our special relationship now is with Israel.
Okay.
Just a fact. The UK is moving further and further away from the United States. And I hate to say it, but it's because of Trump, because Trump says things that is agitating Europe. Now, my basic opinion is screw Europe. I don't really care about Europe.
Right.
But Trump says things like Greenland. Europe got very offended by Trump calling for Greenland to become part of the United States, and they got very offended by that. And Trump says things all the time, like he's going to pull out of NATO, and doesn't mean them.
Right.
He just says them. And it ticks people off. And the UK is ticked at Trump, and they think that that Starmer, their prime minister, is scared of Trump, and the prime minister's in a lot of hot water, and he may lose his prime ministership, and part of it is due to Trump. So Trump not only affects people in the United States, he affects people in other countries around the world.
Yeah.
He is divisive. And it's not good. But, I like a lot of stuff that Trump does, but his mouth is problematic. It's not very dignified. And, he just says things that I don't know, that I find offensive. Even if I agree with some of the things he does, I find him offensive. So, last but not least, we've already covered some of it. Warner Brothers Discovery shareholders approved the Paramount Skydance murder.
Yes.
So it's been approved. It has been approved. So I guess when Paramount Skydance goes under because they paid too much money for Warner Brothers, I guess that'll be the next thing we see.
Right. Well, you missed one. Trump gets defensive 60 Minutes interview.
Oh, I forgot that. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure that you talked about that because
that's... Yes. Well, O'Donnell read the manifesto which accused Trump of being a pedophile. And Trump got very offended at that. She didn't have to do that. The right is saying he was wrong for doing it. The left is saying she was perfectly acceptable to do. So it comes down to the divide in this country. Trump got offended. He's not a pedophile. That's what he claims. He's not a pedophile. So
he said, "I'm not a rapist. I didn't rape anybody." Well,
that's debatable. He was convicted of sexual misconduct with I can't remember her name now. So I don't know. Why is he going 60 Minutes? He knows he's going to, they don't like him. That's what I don't understand. Why does he go in these programs when people are trying to attack him? They hate him, and they're trying to destroy him, yet he continually goes on these programs.
He probably thinks he can go in there and talk, out-talk them.
Intimidate them and out-talk them.
Yeah.
And call them names.
Correct.
If I was president, I'd just say, no, I'm not going to go on that program. You guys tear me apart. I'm going to go on programs, not that they're soft on me, but they're fair. I'll only go on programs that are fair to me.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Trump does it. He's his own worst enemy sometimes.
Right.
So, why would you want to go on a program where you're going to be called a pedophile? I don't get it. But he does. He loves it. He loves the confrontation. And as I say over and over again, it's his mouth. I like some of the things he does, but it is his mouth is just nonstop.
Right.
Nonstop.
Yeah. Who knows?
You got anything else?
Let me take that off the list now. Let's see here. I have. Okay, we'll take that out. We did that. We did the manifesto. We got. Okay, that being staged. We did Iran strikes three shrimps. Yeah. 3 ships in the Strait of Hormuz, capturing 2 of them.
Yeah.
President Trump says Iran peace talks could begin as soon as tomorrow. I forget when I had this in here. So
that was last week.
Okay, that's last
week. Why I didn't put it in.
All right, then I have that in there. Then there was this isn't a Trump thing, but it's still pretty big. It's Musk lawsuit against OpenAI.
Yes.
Where its CEO, Sam Altman, and several others, including Microsoft heads, to court with jury selection in Oakland, California. Opening arguments are expected. I don't know when I put this in, so this may be later.
It's current.
Okay.
No, it's current. It's in process now.
It's that's the one that Musk co-founded OpenAI alongside Altman and several others in 2015 with a founding mission to develop AI to be beneficial to all humanity, unencumbered by corporate interests. Musk alleges that he was misled when he donated tens of millions of dollars on the understanding it would remain nonprofit. OpenAI transitioned to a public benefit corporation in October of last year. The trial, which centers on 2 claims, unjust enrichment and breach of charitable trust, comes in the lead up to OpenAI's potential public filing later this year. Company is targeting a $1 trillion evaluation. Musk seeks up to $134 billion to be returned to OpenAI's nonprofit arm, and wants OpenAI to be forced to return to a nonprofit status. Among high-profile tech leaders who could testify are Musk, Altman, OpenAI co-founder Greg Brockman, and Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. And then there was a space solar bet. Meta yesterday announced a deal with startup Overview Energy to purchase solar power collected by satellites and beamed to Earth, an experimental approach that could power data centers at night. Unlike traditional solar power, I don't know if you know anything about this stuff, which relies on storing daylight, space-based solar power aims to deliver continuous energy. Overview energy plans to deploy satellites over 22,000 miles from Earth equator, where they would collect and transmit infrared energy to solar panels. A test is scheduled for 2028 with a commercial rollout in 2030. Meta seeking up to a 1 gigawatt of power from these projects. Underscoring its energy needs for AI, in 2024, Meta data centers consumed 18,000 times the electricity that this deal would deliver in a single hour. The idea of harvesting solar power from space was imagined in 1941, a short story, and formally proposed by engineer Peter Glacier in 1968, but has remained mostly theoretical due to cost and complexity. So that was kind of...
We can do it now.
Yeah,
we can do it now.
Yeah, that's kind of cool, isn't it?
It is. You know who hates this?
Everyone.
Astronomers.
Yeah.
Because they're going to be so many satellites, they're going to have a hard time seeing from Earth.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. Yeah. That would be...
yeah. But, I mean, AI, these data farms are going to need this because there aren't enough rivers to dam more solar panel farms that can collect enough power. And we're not doing nuclear. I mean, you and I have discussed nuclear. Neither one of us are really on board with nuclear. So, and the country's not in favor of nuclear.
Right.
So, where are they going to get the power from? This is the power source.
Right.
This is the answer.
Yeah.
Because you can have your solar panels working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right. So what is your thoughts on the police accessing cell phone location data?
I have a problem with that.
You do have a problem with that. Okay.
Yeah, I have a problem with it because they're collecting my data.
Yes. But
without my permission.
But
however, on the other side,
yes,
they caught this guy.
Yep.
Because he made a cell phone call.
Yep. And not only that, but they not necessarily make a cell phone call. They've actually booked crimes and solved crimes by pinging the towers of where the actual cell phone is. Like, in other words, let's say I went missing, and they would ping to find out where my phone made a ping last time. Even if I didn't use it, if I just carried it with me, they could tell, okay, I was stuck in Mount Holly, New Jersey. I disappeared, that was last time. So they were now no longer going to look in Pennsylvania. They're going to be looking for me in Mount Holly, which could be beneficial because I could have been kidnapped or whatever. So
right. And if they can get 3 pings,
yes,
on 3 different towers, they can triangulate,
yes,
and get you down to a block in the city, I think.
Yeah, and that's one of those things that if someone kidnaps me, like that's one thing they were trying to do with Guthrie. They were trying to ping her, but it didn't work because she didn't have her phone. So, but they could ping the son-in-law and all those other people, but it didn't really help in that case. But it's one of those things that there are good and bad things about it. There's good things where they can help find you. If you're a good person and you're not doing bad things, they aren't going to bother you. But if you're a bad person doing bad things, that could actually be your downfall. And that's, I mean, I have a certain, because we have that technology, we can actually use it for good. But there are people out there going to be using it for bad, and that's the thing that I'm sad about and worried about, because there are, if the police can get it, there's probably chances are that somebody else can get it too. But this is the story. It says after witness interviews and security footage produced no leads in 2019, a Virginia bank robbery, officials obtained a warrant requiring Google to share data on devices within 150-meter radius of the bank 30 minutes before and after the crime. that led to the Ocala Chattree, who's serving nearly 12 years in prison. His lawyers argue a warrant was overly broad, violating Fourth Amendment protections against unreasonable searches. The government, however, says anyone who voluntarily shares their location with the tech companies has no expectation of privacy. About 4 in 5 adults report enabling location sharing on their devices, which companies like Google, Apple, and Uber use to give personalized search results, weather data updates, and other location-based services. So, it's kind of, there's good and bad about it. And if you're not doing anything illegal, I don't see a problem.
Well, that's the thing. If you're a good person, right?
Yeah.
And you don't do anything wrong, you've got nothing to hide.
Right.
But there is privacy concerns, so
Yes.
I see both sides.
Yeah, I see both sides. I see both sides, but I mean, for me, I don't care who knows where I'm at, except it could be a problem if you're a kidnap risk, or where if you are, if you use it for the wrong reasons, yeah, obviously there could be big issues. But for the most part, I don't have an issue with it because I don't do anything that I'm worried about someone finding out. I'm always where I say I'm going to be. I always do. But there are people that are. I could see the issue from the other side too, and so I don't know. I kind of I don't know. I think there are things that would bother me about it, but for the most part, I think there's more good out of it than bad. So I just wondered what your
well, I shot too fast when I say I have a problem with it. I do see both sides.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people are scared of government being able to get their information.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, what else you got? You got anything else?
Yeah, I got this on marijuana.
Oh, I was probably gonna talk about that.
Well, let's go to it.
Let me see if it's the same thing. Hold on here. I got to find the article. I just saw it a few minutes ago, just a few seconds ago. I was looking to see what all I had. There it is. Reclassification. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
Reclassified lesser.
We can talk about that.
I think it should be.
Yes.
I'm for the legalization, and the reason is because too many people get picked up, put in prison. When I worked in the county jail, we had E and F block, and almost everybody on E and F block were in there marijuana charges, and it was always young black males, and the place was just filled with young black males on marijuana charges. And when I worked in classification and we were filled, that's where I would start releasing people.
Okay.
Out of D and F block.
Yeah.
And trustees, I do trustees too. But E and F block is where I go because these are not hardened criminals.
Right.
But you know where they became hardened criminals, where they started to become hardened criminals? On E and F block.
Okay. So
the young black male would come in, right? And then he'd start talking to guys that were there and doing selling drugs. They were in there for selling drugs. They're doing second store work, that robberies. And they learn a craft or a trade. And I personally wanted to get them out of there.
Right, sure.
So before they became a hardened criminal. So that is the reason plus I don't see marijuana as being as bad as fentanyl and heroin and methamphetamines and animal tranquilizers and PCP, and it doesn't have the same detrimental effect.
Right.
Unless you're driving. But
if you have full self-driving, you're all set.
get self-driving, you don't have to worry about them. That's right. So I have a stat here that 88% of Americans believe it either should be for medical or medical and recreation use. Only 11% believe it should be illegal. And I would tell you that's mostly Christians in this country.
Yeah. A recent poll I have here found 59% of U.S. adults support full legalization and 84% support medical use.
Well, yes, that's we're very close.
Yeah, I'm just reading off the thing. I mean, it says here, advocates say SHIFT will expand research into medical uses, including chronic pain, epilepsy, and chemotherapy side effects. So,
it's also used for PTSD.
Yes.
And these guys, they need it. A lot of people need it for sleep. A lot of people need it for chronic pain. I needed it for pain, but I got addicted to it. So, in about a month and a half of using it for pain, I was getting high from the time I woke up in the morning to the time I went to bed, and so I had to quit. But that's me personally. I'm not trying to throw that on anybody else. People use it in moderation and don't have that problem. I have that problem.
I use it for sleeping. I use it for sleeping.
Yeah. You use it in moderation.
Yeah.
I can't. My makeup is I will abuse marijuana.
Right.
Right. And so
I like it better than alcohol sitting around. I mean, I think that alcohol is more dangerous than pot.
It can lead to psychosis there are people that have had psychotic episodes on marijuana, but that's not, that can happen with any drug. That can happen with alcohol, and we have alcohol that is illegal.
Right.
And alcohol tears apart your liver.
Yeah, sure.
Kidneys. And drunk driving kills people.
Exactly.
Now, when you're high, you shouldn't drive either.
Right.
So, intoxication is intoxication.
Yep.
But, I'm not against legalization at all. So I'm a Christian that is not in the 11%. And I can be ostracized for that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not in the reservation. I'm off the reservation.
I've said that about you many times.
So I don't think like a lot of normal Christians. I have, sometimes I'm more conservative than a lot of Christians, and sometimes I'm not as conservative as a lot of Christians.
Right.
I like to think of myself as a free thinker, that I can make up my own mind. I don't want to just follow the crowd. I want to think it through for myself. So I'm for medical, especially medical. I am for medical marijuana, if nothing else. So yeah, what else you got?
I got Taylor Swift tops the Spotify most streamed artist of all time.
Oh, yeah.
Followed by Bad Bunny, one of the two that has held the yearly spot since 2020. That's the
first time Spotify has done that.
Yes. And actually Spotify had a record year last year. So they made...
Well, I use Spotify and I love Spotify. It's pretty expensive though.
Yeah. That's why I use the YouTube thing, because I can get every song I want on YouTube and then get it commercial free. So I can get every song and every video commercial free just by paying that $16 a month or whatever it is. So to me, that's worth it.
Spotify's more expensive than that.
Yeah, that's why
But see, here's the trouble. I have all my playlists. And if I leave Spotify, I lose my playlist.
Well, I'm willing to lose my playlist just because of the price. I'll make them again. I'm cheap.
Well, anyhow, that's my issue. I don't want to lose my playlist. Plus, my daughter uses it. I have a for a price and a half, I can include my daughter on my list. So that's the other reason. So I'm kind of stuck. But yeah, YouTube must be pretty good. You can use it in your car too, right?
I use it in my car. I use it in my phone. I use it in my my house boxes that I use to stream movies and TV and all that stuff. And it's just, to me, it's more universal than any other system out there. And you get every song, any song that you want is on there. Even songs that aren't even released are on there, which you can't get with Spotify. And it'd be easier to get Uncle Sam Band music on YouTube than it is on Spotify. Even though we're on Spotify, you got to pay a premium to get to that. And if you don't know who Uncle Sam is, why would you pay? You know. So.
Well, I do have Uncle Sam Band on Spotify.
Yeah.
I found it and I've listened.
It is there. Yes, I know it's there. And you pay for if you don't pay for it, you can't find it. If you don't pay the subscription.
You have to do premium. You have to pay. You have
Right.
to be subscribed. You have to pay the premium price.
Yeah.
My wife uses Spotify, but she gets the commercials.
Yeah.
She because she won't spring for the premium. So, and I have my daughter on, so I don't want to take.
So what's your
away from
excuse
my
for not
daughter.
buying an EV then, since she doesn't pay for Spotify? All right. You got anything else?
I got one more thing. No, it was the conspiracy theories. That's what I had.
Okay, I got a
So
good
we
one
already
here.
covered.
Food and Drug Administration approves the first gene therapy for genetic hearing loss. The drug maker said it will
Wow.
offer the drug for free to U.S. patients. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I didn't. I mean, I wish it would help me with my hearing, but the problem is that my hearing is rock and roll based. So anyway, the Regeneron is the name of the company. The drug maker's Regeneron, and they're making treatment available. So that'd be kind of cool if you wake up and you have the problem. It says gene therapy for genetic hearing loss. Drug makers that it'll offer for free. When was the last time you heard that they'd offer it for free?
Yeah.
It's
That is incredible.
Otarmony is what it's called. It's approved to treat a rare form of hearing loss that affects about 50 babies born in the U.S. each year, and is caused by a mutation in a gene called OTOF. OTOF. The approval was granted under the Commissioner's National Priority Voucher, an FDA pilot program. So, yeah, it's life-changing, and for families with children with hearing loss.
So I have hearing aids. I don't know if you knew that, but I have hearing aids now.
Yeah.
And do you know why? Do you know why I have hearing aids? Because I can't hear women.
Oh, well, that's a good thing.
Well, that's what I said to my wife. Why do I want a hearing aid?
Yeah.
She didn't appreciate that. So
I'm envious.
Yeah, they're what?
I'm envious.
What?
Oh, all right. Well, okay. So, anything else?
No.
Okay, I'll give you some more stuff then. I got tons of stuff yet. I got St. Louis has the worst murder rate in the U.S. Did you know that?
No, I know St. Louis.
Yes. If I was living in St. Louis, I'd probably kill someone too. I don't know. Which cities have the highest murder rates? And it said there were 20,062 homicides in the U.S. in 2024, an average of 5.9 deaths per 100,000. The national homicide rate is at 5.0 since 2014. So the national rate is down 13% from last year. Which cities have the highest rates? Well, Cook County, Illinois, home to Chicago, and in its metropolitan area, had 719 homicides in 2024, the most in the nation. The second highest is Los Angeles County, California, with 88 cities, including Los Angeles, and they had 569 homicides. Los Angeles and Cook County are also two most populated counties in the country. When adjusted for population, Cook County, 13.9 homicides per 1,000 people, ranked 13th among the 62 central metro U.S. counties with reliable data, and Los Angeles County, 5.8, ranked 38. So there you go. Here's your top cities of homicide. So if you live here, chances are you're going to die. St. Louis has the highest, Memphis, Tennessee, Baltimore City in Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Richmond, Virginia. Who would have thought Richmond, Virginia would be a big homicide thing? But here we go. Here's cities. There you go. Number one is definitely by St. Louis, Shelby County in Memphis, Tennessee, followed by Baltimore and D.C., followed by Richmond. And then we're in Missouri. We're in